Welcome back to the channel. We appreciate you joining. Got a special treat for you today. We got at my buddy Dan's house. He's got a 55 Chevy in here with a lot of Omaha, Nebraska history, and we're gonna share that with you. We got the original builder in there. We got the guy that raced it in the 70s, and we got my buddy Dan who restored it right here in his garage, did all his own work. We got Johnny behind the big camera here. My dad's in there. Let's get in there and get started.
My name Dwayne Jazenka, alias Smiley. Bought this car probably in 1964, South Omaha, for $135.
My name's Mike Daly. I've been a good friend of Dwayne Jazenka's for, I don't know, since the late 50s. And I watched him. I built this 55 in the 60s, and he drag raced it for a number of years. When he quit, he traded it to Raceline. And one of the fellows there bought it from Blackman, the owner of Raceland, and I bought it from him. And I raced it from 68 to, I think it was 74, and made a lot of modifications to it. Did real well with it. Meantime, just Dwayne built a Willys, and I don't know, we had a good time, and me and Dwayne have been friends for a long time, and that's the way it went, and that was it.
Okay, do I look chubby? I don't look chubby, do I? I was going, anyway, so you edit that out, Johnny, edit that out, of course. So we got everybody sitting here. Let me do some introductions real quick. You already met a couple of these guys. Let me start down there with Dan. We're at his shop today. So thanks for having us over and having the car on display. That's great. And we've already met Dwayne, also known as Smiley, because you used to smile a lot when you were a kid, but you still smile a lot today. So I think
Thank you.
So that holds true.
Appreciate
we got
that.
Mike Sr., Daly, Mike Daly,
Yeah.
and then we got Mike Jr., Mike Daly, from Daly's Machine here in town. That's been around forever too. So, and I'm Tom, of course. We got Johnny on the big camera here today, and of course my dad. He's there in the back. He thinks we're going to have some kind of food-related thing here or something. We're going to eat or something. So he always comes along when we're talking hot rods, and we're going to eat. So, Dad, thanks for coming. So we're here to talk about the '55 Chevy that's behind us, and I saw it at the World of Wheels last weekend, which is a beautiful car. I know you just finished it, Dan, and your team of guys out here. You guys were out here helping too. Just want to talk a little bit about the history, and I know we talked a little bit about it when you guys were in the car. So Smiley, you actually bought the car. You were going to use it as a winter car because it had a good heater, but the 6-cylinder ended up being bad.
Yes.
So you sourced a small block Chevy for it.
Yes.
And it was a 283?
265 bored to 283.
Okay, gotcha. And
Back
so,
then.
and your plan was to, you didn't just do it a street car, you went right to race car.
Right to race car. Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
you took the front end out of it and went with a tubular
Straight axle.
gasser build.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And-
Fiberglass doors, fiberglass front end, plexiglass windows all the way around.
And they were yellow back when you can get tinted.
Yes, tinted yellow.
Cool.
Yep.
Very
This
cool.
is 64, 65. This
Okay,
is
early.
This is early.
Early,
Yeah.
that's right when the gasser started coming, right in that area, wasn't it?
Well, the gas
Early-
classes.
They might have been,
Early 60s?
yeah,
Was this your first race car then? Or did you have
serious
first serious car?
race car.
Okay.
Had a pickup truck that I raced occasionally, street, and take it to Flightland occasionally. But this
This is the
serious,
one.
serious, yep.
racing. Okay.
First serious one.
So you raced it, and what kind of times you run? Do you remember?
When it ran good,
When it ran good. Right.
maybe 1250s.
Okay. And how'd you come across it then, Mike?
Well, I heard about it. I can't remember how, but
I was talking too much.
it was just like he said. I think, didn't he work at Raceland?
He must have. I think
Yeah,
he
he
did.
worked at Raceland.
I don't think he lived in Omaha. Originally from
Well,
Omaha.
no, I bought it. He lived right where you said. And
An apartment there.
I gave him
someplace.
$500 for it.
Okay.
So he lost some bucks.
Lost some money.
there. And,
And you knew the car because you guys have been buddies forever, right? You guys were buddies before
and,
the.
And I
Yep.
towed it home, and I started getting it ready to race. First, I didn't do anything except build a motor, and bought a Hillborn injector, and I didn't know anything about racing. I took it to Flightland, and it wasn't real good. First, I couldn't start it. And I think I did make a run. I just forgot. The thing with, you gotta have, the tank has gotta be above the fuel pump. I forget what I did wrong, but it wasn't right.
So-
that was,
So you lived in the same neighborhood, right, Dan, as these guys,
I was catty corner kind of a couple houses away.
and you
yeah.
guys were buddies.
Yeah,
right?
'cause
And
we
ran
went to St.
Played Hot
Roberts
Wheels
together.
Probably
yeah.
played in the car when it was around there, and hung out
Yeah.
when it was getting wrenched on and helped.
Oh, and there was a split window '63 Fuelie Corvette there too. Come on, there was stuff
This is
around
cool
there.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So you fell in love with the car, I would imagine. Then where you were like, you were all over this thing.
Yeah, and
You're a
Mike
young
was,
kid.
And Mike
Yeah.
was, we were little kids. He was
Yeah.
lying to me.
Yeah.
Fastest degas in the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Believe every
shifter
minute.
broke because he pulled it too hard.
Oh,
Got to
yeah.
put the thing on it. I'm
Sure.
eating it all
Oh, I
up.
know.
We're
Yeah.
racing HO cars. I got them. You want to see my HO cars? I
Yeah,
got
you
it
got it.
inside.
Yeah.
50 years ago.
Sounds great. I'm buying every minute of it. I love
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? So these guys are hanging around there helping, right?
well,
Not really
he was
helping.
actually
In the
a
way.
cool kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a year or two older than Mike.
Yeah.
He got a CB radio, so they got to get a CB radio. Everything he did
He was ahead of it.
yeah, he was a little
little tiny
older,
bit,
he was
little
a
tiny
little
bit.
smarter, and he was just
Oh,
Oh, I wouldn't give me that much credit back then.
well, maybe not.
No.
Well, maybe you're just a little ahead of him.
Sure.
Yeah.
You sell the car.
Yeah.
You get out of racing
Well,
altogether,
I
or did you
sold
move
it
on?
because I had no place to put it.
Sure.
He was
It sat
outside
in
Life
my
out in the
driveway over
driveway.
one winter.
Yeah.
Because when I got married, it would be my second wife. We went together for 6 years and then finally got married because my first one didn't work out, so I wasn't. in a
We've all
hurry
been
to
there. You know what I mean?
Get married. In fact, I was having a good time.
Sure. Yeah. Doing what you want.
Anyway, so when we got married, the first thing was she's not parking outside.
Right. Got to go in the garage.
55 was outside.
that's love there.
Yeah, that's love. My wife still parks outside today. She doesn't have a spot inside, so I hope she's not watching this. You know what I mean? I'm in trouble if she's watching this.
All right, so this is this picture kind of became famous because it was actually the last time the car ever raced at Rockford in Illinois, and there was a photographer there. This is 35 millimeter, so it didn't do me much good on color, but it did
Right.
me a lot of good on fine line in deciding whether something was painted a color or not, and it helped me with the paint job. It ended up. This is 74. It ended up in the 1983 popular hot rodding pictorial, the black and white photo. So that was
Oh,
cool.
Absolutely. That's great. Yeah.
These pictures down here are Dwayne in July of 65. This is when it was dark blue and orange. So what Dwayne was talking about is right here in front of you. That's Concoction 2 and a motor for
That's the
that in
Willys.
1970. That's February of 70.
Interesting on this one here. This year we asked him where it was at. This was out at Kellogg's, out there on the roads by Kellogg's.
Yes.
Developing that.
So that would be what?
That's a
That
55
complex.
Chevy pickup that I
Yeah.
half-ass race.
We were trying to save on the winners, and you
Ended
were
up
just going to
being a
drive
tow
this
truck.
car.
Yeah. That was going to be the race vehicle, and this up being the race vehicle.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So there's your alcohol freezing up your injectors running
Oh,
full
that is
throttle.
insane. Turn
Oh,
it
so
off.
original Cornhusker Raceway Park program.
Cool.
I don't
Yeah,
know
this
if
is
you
all
can
great
see
stuff.
this. Original unstuck Cornhusker Raceway Park decal from Fast Cal.
Holy-
Somebody gave me that about 15 years ago.
Holy Grail sticker right
Yeah,
there.
Holy Grail stuff.
From the inside.
Man,
And then
stickers.
This is Mike's inductee into the Nebraska Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Okay, down in Lincoln. It's
down in Lincoln.
museum. Oh, that's great.
And then these are all old original. Junior used to run around the pits grabbing decals. So these are all the old decals.
Oh, wow.
These are 50, 60-year-old decals.
wow, so good.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Hanson's, which is on the car. Summers Brothers, the axles. Stuart
It was
Warner.
interesting. Mike was just telling the story, senior, that that they were going to take a picture of his car and put it in some magazine or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't want to put stickers on my car.
Okay, so I needed pictures to reproduce the paint job because you can't reproduce what you can't see. So these are the only pictures of the back of the car that I had. This one and that one. And then these are in Mark Miller's driveway at his house by my house.
He get these for you, Mark Miller, or did you get these?
Yeah,
from-
you know, I called him up. He's paralyzed on the left side. He had a stroke after his COVID shot. Don't take your COVID shot. Sorry, political. And then that was at some drag strip, but you know, I only have so many pictures.
Right. Yeah.
And the quality isn't that great.
Hey, you
but-
got some great pictures here. These are
Yeah.
phenomenal pictures. Some people
Valuable.
don't have any pictures of their cars.
Yeah.
So this is awesome. You had a chance to get these and reproduce that
I
paint
mean, I
job.
remember the car. I just didn't remember all the details.
Sure.
Where's this photo from? 11/6/22.
That would be in Ord, Nebraska, in a Quonset in the middle of a cornfield where we found the car.
Wow. She come a long way since that day, bud.
Yeah. That was 2 years of fun.
Very cool. Well, thank you for going through that.
Yeah.
That's cool that it's in that hot rodding pictorial.
Yeah.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, and Mike Jr. was smart, you know, good enough to keep the magazines.
Nice.
And now I treasure them.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you for that. You do things really nice as far as the builds and beautiful and do your own work. So hats off to you.
Thanks.
It's an honor to be in your shop. Thank you for getting together today and sharing the memories and having us out here. Dad, thanks for coming. Appreciate you. And Johnny, running that big camera. You're appreciated. Tell your neighbors and friends. We got more to share on South Omaha Speed. Keep tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Thank you.